everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from the Star Trek cookbook. Today's recipe is mashed Andorian Tuber Root. Ooh. So this is supposed to be from Deep Space Nine, and of course the culture is Andorian. Okay, so for this, ingredient-wise, you are going to need 3 medium Yukon Gold potatoes, peeled and roughly chopped. You're going to need 1 large parsnip, peeled and roughly chopped. Then 2 to 3 garlic cloves, peeled. Some salt. 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, cubed. 1 cup of heavy cream. 1.5 cups of grated mozzarella cheese. 1.5 cups of grated cheddar cheese. And then freshly ground black pepper, okay? So the first thing that you are gonna do is you are gonna take your 3 medium Yukon Gold potatoes that you have peeled and roughly chopped with your 1 large parsnip that you have also peeled and roughly chopped, and your 3 garlic cloves that have been peeled. Now I chopped my garlic cloves up too, okay? You're gonna toss those all into a pan and cover them with about 1 inch of water, okay? Or cover 1 inch over them in water, sorry. Okay, and then you're gonna add a tablespoon of salt, put it over high heat, and then cook it until it starts boiling. Once it starts boiling, you're gonna let it boil until the potatoes and the parsnip become soft. Usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you're gonna drain it and put it back in the pan, which I have already done all that right here. Okay, so they are ready to go. So once you have that done, you can go ahead, turn your heat back on. I would put it on like a medium, okay? So what you're supposed to use is an immersion blender for this, which I have. Hold on just a second here. I have an immersion blender, but I don't have a plug over here by my stove to use it with, so I'm actually just gonna use a potato masher and hope I can get it to come out well, okay? So once you've drained the water and you've got it back in the pot, you're going to add in your 1 cup of heavy cream, and then also your 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which are supposed to be cubed, and I forgot to cube mine, so let me cube them up here real quick. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes. Okay. And then this is where you would puree this with an immersion blender until it's smooth. Now you probably don't need the flame on for this because I imagine they're already hot enough that you could, that the butter and all of that is gonna go ahead and, you know, melt away anyways. So I don't really think you need the heat on. But because I'm not using an immersion blender and I'm just using a potato masher instead, I'm going to try to keep it warm as possible here. Okay? And you're just supposed to puree it with the immersion blender until it's smooth. Mine's actually already getting there, even with just a potato masher. So it's not bad. Okay? I'll show you guys here in just a little bit. Because it's smaller pieces, you might have to, you know, kind of move it around a lot, mash it up real good. I am going to go ahead and turn the heat off just because I don't want to burn anything. Okay. Oh, sloshing it all over me. Okay, there we have it. Not bad, you guys. The potato smasher actually did pretty good. They're not completely smooth. They're a little chunky, but that's okay. So here you go. So now you've got those all mashed up or immersioned, if you want to say it. Kind of looks kind of like mashed potatoes. That's what it reminds me of. Okay. So then once you've got that all together and smashed up, you're going to add half of your cheeses. So you're supposed to do 1.5 cups of grated mozzarella. So you're going to need about 3/4 of a cup. Okay. And then you need 1.5 cups of grated cheddar cheese. So again, about half of that this time, so about 3/4 of a cup, okay? So you're going to stir this in until it's nice and melted, okay? Just gonna keep stirring and stirring and stirring. Almost there, okay? Okay, so mine is starting to melt, so you can barely see the cheese in there, okay? So now you're gonna go ahead and add the other half. So your other half of your cheddar and your other half of your, mozz. And then again, stir it vigorously again until the entire mixture is stretchy. That's what you want it. You want it stretchy and soft. I'm guessing the cheese kind of makes it a little bit stretchy, okay? It looks like cheesy mashed potatoes, you guys. I wonder if it'll taste like cheesy. I mean, it does have potatoes in it. But I wonder what kind of a difference the parsnip is gonna make. Is it really gonna make a big difference, or are they just gonna taste like cheesy mashed potatoes? I don't know, we're gonna find out here in just a minute. Okay, it's definitely stretchy. Look at that. Stretchy and soft. Okay. All right, so now all that's left to do is to try this. Oh, we forgot to taste, we forgot to do salt and pepper on it for serving. A little bit of pepper, bit of salt. There we go. Put the lids back on. Give that a good little stir. And you can always add more salt and pepper onto it if it's not enough for your serving, whatever. Okay, so here's what we got, you guys. I'm going to kind of show you this close up here. So here's what we got. It does look like kind of like cheesy mashed potatoes, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and try this. Cheesy mashed potatoes. Maybe not quite as, my sister makes cheesy mashed potatoes because we always ask her to, because she uses Velveeta cheese in hers and melts it up. And it's a lot of Velveeta cheese. So it's not quite that cheesy. But it's, I don't know if the parsnip really made a difference in the taste. I would think that at least the garlic would have, but to me it just tastes like cheesy mashed potatoes. I don't know, you guys. So that is so funny. They're good. They're delicious. I mean, it's cheesy mashed potatoes. They're fantastic. But I don't really know that I taste the garlic or the parsnip in there. It just tastes kind of like cheesy mashed potatoes. Very strange. Okay, you guys. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy. And we'll see you later. Bye.